Yo. Welcome back to another episode of Perspectives with Big Bro. I'm your host, comedian Lonnie.
And I'm the Flash.
How you feeling, Black man?
Hey, man, shit. Hey. Like a nigga who didn't want to give me Juneteenth off?
It's a national holiday now.
Hey, man, because every time I talk to somebody, they be like, yeah, I ain't working. You working Thursday? I ain't working Thursday. I'm like, why? I didn't realize Thursday was Juneteenth. I'm like this. Oh, these niggas. Oh, these crackers.
Yeah. Happy Juneteenth Day. This episode will be out by then. So,
happy Father's Day.
Oh, yeah. Happy Father's Day. I hope all y'all got treated great and beyond. I know we be seeing Mother's Day all the time. But I hope that y'all got to chill. And that's what most fathers be wanting to do for the most part. Just chill, get some time to themselves. And I think that's definitely allowed.
A lot of times that don't really happen that way. A lot of times you hear the mothers be like, on Mother's Day, be like, oh, what you want to do for Mother's Day? I just want a peace and quiet. Niggas say for Father's Day, like,
No, you're going to spend time with the kids.
and me.
And the grill.
And I'm going to get a grill.
Yeah, so hopefully y'all got to chill. Hopefully y'all got some massages, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully all my brothers, got a little head, you know what I'm saying? I hope that, and I want that for y'all. So happy Father's Day to all y'all.
Hey, I want some great Jordans for them. As Dion, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Jay's what, size 12?
Size 12, you know what I'm saying?
If anybody, want to put in something. What's going on in the world?
Hey, man, it's a lot going on. Tyler Perry getting sued.
250.
K. Michelle say black men are creating broken homes and white men love her, but she has no husband.
Mm-hmm. She gonna go. Did somebody else just recently say that too? That Tiffany Haddish too said she was done dating black. Like, what is this? This is y'all coming out stage?
But it's crazy, right? It's crazy. It's just crazy. Like, imagine if let's think of imagine if let's use Trey Songz, right? Mm-hmm. You remember Trey Songz go to college? You know what I'm saying? Imagine Trey Songz went to Nashville. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you know what though? I don't like black girls no more. I like white girls now.
Mm-hmm. You know what they're gonna say in the comments. Men do it all the time.
Yeah. And one thing I can say though, one thing I do hate the most, I hate how people go on Cam Newton's platform and come at him.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to his platform and come at him.
Mm-hmm. Now, you don't know what you're doing.
You got Elon Musk, who's one of the richest men in the universe. I think he's the richest man in the universe. He got all those different kinds of situations going on. You ever notice when they do interviews with him, they never come at him with that?
Never.
They always talk about the computer.
How much of a genius he is. And how hard his life is because he's juggling so many companies.
They don't never.
Bro, I don't know what it is. When it comes to black men, the rules change. It get like more strict, more stringent. You be like,
let me find a way to diss him.
Even I was talking with my fiance and we was talking about like men's legacy and all, like, oh, you would ruin your whole legacy over cheating and all this stuff. I was like, y'all don't say that about white men.
Because they make it so that, they believe that they don't cheat. Like K. Michelle was saying, well, they love me. And in Nashville, they can't call their women and this and all this in the case may be. But guess what, though? They women don't call them that either. And they act like white guys don't have mistresses and they cheat. And
for whatever reason, how they handle it be so different. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is.
And when it do come out, it ain't a big blow up. It ain't a big deal.
But they ask for peace and respect and stay out of the business, and we never hear about it again. Yeah. And I'm be like,
with us, it's like this. Every time you have a conversation with us after that, it's gonna bring it right back to it.
What?
Like, think about it. Okay, like The View. Yes, I think yesterday, the day before, Arnold Schwarzenegger was on there. Mm-hmm. He was married to Maria Shriver. One of the Kennedys. He was governor. But, he also had a baby with the nanny. Mm-hmm. Right? They never dragged that.
Ever.
Like, his other sons are actors and stuff. I saw the interview him and his son did. Really, really cool. They never even bring that into the fold. Just like the guy who was sending the lewd text message to the underage people running for mayor of New York, council or something in New York. Mm-hmm. He went on there and said this. He said a whole bunch of nothing, word salad, empty calories, and no one pressed him on it. But in our media, they can't wait.
Yep, it's like the only thing they hold on to. It's like the only thing that matters. I mean,
But the only reason it matters that way because with us, we feel like we the judge or executioner of who do women wrong. Mm-hmm. Like crazy thing, we ain't had to talk about Country Wayne in a while, right? So I was watching it this morning, and Amber and Anthony was quote unquote going through a therapy, mm-hmm. and the therapist asked Amber, how do you feel about catching him with Shayla, your best friend, in the bed, and this and this and this, and how he still parading her around, da 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 da. Then they said, Anthony, how do you feel about her being with Wayne? And I get the writers like I really don't like the writing on it because you can tell who writes it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get into that, but you can tell how it's getting written. So when Anthony was like, I felt like, what I'm saying, I was looking at her and I want to kiss her, make love to her, realize that Wayne was already doing that to her. You know what I'm saying? And I went to school and this, that, and the third, trying to be top of my class, graduate, built all this X, Y, Z. And you over here fraternizing with a guy, sleeping with a guy who got all these multiple kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And he like, really? Good guys finish last. And Amber was like, that's not true. But he kind of said something that's very, very, very real. He said, I felt like you married me because you couldn't marry him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that kind of go back to something we said not so long ago. Like being her last choice.
Mm-hmm. Settling.
She's settling for you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And, a lot of women, when you say that, they look like you're crazy. And believe it or not, it's like, if you see a lot of women who are single, a lot of them don't really want to be single. They really, really want to do before you.
Yeah. To act right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Only reason you got her is because he didn't act right. And in hindsight, in our community, they try to make you think that that's a flex. But in hindsight, it really isn't. It depends on, it's like beauty. It's an eye of the beholder. It just depends mm-hmm. on how you look at things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's that kind of brings me up to this. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, it's just how you look at things. You know what I mean? And then they'll tell you, or you're immature if you don't. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be with me after that situation, you're immature because I settled for you, but you're not happy that I settled for you.
Yeah. If
that makes sense.
Yeah. Have you seen this? And granted, this is just people talking. You've seen so there's a post basically about Janet Jackson and her recent marriage and divorce. Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's been divorced for a long time. But
yeah, so it was Janet Jackson secretly married a guitar billionaire in 2012. During their marriage, there were 2 clauses in their prenuptial agreement. She would get $100 million if the marriage lasted at least 5 years. She would get another $100 million if she gave him a male heir. So she had the kid, got pregnant. They stayed together 5 years. She filed for divorce the same year she gave birth. Received $200 million from the billionaire. And the caption goes, "Never underestimate the power of a woman."
What? Well, why is that the caption? Well,
I was just like, it sounded like she just did good business.
Yeah, they negotiated. They negotiate. Hey, they negotiated terms.
Yeah, I was like, she just.
But you know the crazy thing though. She negotiated those terms, but she really wanted JD.
Yep.
But JD don't want to get married. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
No, wanted him to act right.
She just wanted to act right.
You think men are we the same way? We be wanting who we want to act right.
We just want we want whatever we choose to be right. Or because a lot of times a man finds a wife, but a woman chooses her mate. You find a woman, but she got to choose you back. It's the possibilities and probabilities. Like I say all the time, many episodes, possibilities, probabilities. So you can be attracted to this woman, but what's the possibility that she's attracted to you? And what's the probability that you guys are gonna be equally yoked per se? So it's a lot to go. It's a lot of chance to go into that.
Yeah.
Because like a woman chooses you. You know what I'm saying? You can be fine. You can find her, but she chooses you. She chooses what she gives you.
Yeah.
So that's why when they say about broken homes, she's choosing to give you her womb. You ain't taking her womb. She's choosing you. Now, if I'm telling you I don't want it, don't give it to me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm telling you I don't want it, don't give it to me.
Shit, it's only gonna make me want to give it to you, Mo.
Yeah, yeah, but don't give it to me. You see what I'm saying? But and the problem is, then once I say I don't want it, now I don't want that part of it. I wanted I wanted intimacy, but I didn't want that part. You know what I mean? And some people gonna say, well, it come together. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It don't come together. You know what I'm saying? Because, perfect example, if a guy have 10 sexual partners, you will know he had 10 sexual partners. If all 10 end up pregnant. If a woman have 10 sexual partners, you won't know what the 10 are. That she only gonna get pregnant one time. Yeah. So, you know, but Janet just did good business, and then she walked away. So that's why I say all the time, like, I mean, relationships are a business deal.
Yeah. Yeah. And this will go into, what do I want to do? Do I want to men feelings, or do I want to? I'm kind of curious what you would say about this.
There have been moments where I've wanted to leave.
Yeah, you want to get out of here.
Because I'm like, it shouldn't be this hard.
Do you still believe it shouldn't be this hard and it shouldn't be this much work?
I believe I've worked through the hard and put in a lot of work. And so it should at some point start to get easier. And I do believe that it's getting a little smoother, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Am I tripping? Are we aligned in this belief?
No, go ahead.
Wait.
Go ahead. I think that marriage is always that hard.
Ugh.
Now, you have seasons where it's not as like eventful, but imagine one of us is going to die. Like our hearts are going to be broken. Like we're going to have to lose family members together. And trying to love each other through that is hard. Marriage is the most hard. It's the hardest thing you're going to do. The most like rewarding and pleasurable thing you'll probably ever do as well. This right here is nothing but long suffering. Like this is literally, I love you. I don't know how to trust you. You don't respect my things. I value money differently. You don't care. I still love you. I'm losing faith. Marriage will take you through that. And then when you get on the other side of that, you don't even remember it. Like I remember everything.
You do. I was supposed to say
I will never forget.
Well, truthfully, if you're using you shouldn't be married to her. Because the problem is, once you enter in a business deal, hey, this is my expectation. This is my expectation. Do they match? Do they gel? Hey, you want kids? Yeah, I want kids. You want one or two? Well, I want one. Well, I want two. Well, would you be mad if we have two? No. Well, would you be mad if we just have one? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about negotiation.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you think marriage is hard?
Well,
should be hard.
It's hard
or,
when it's
or there's difficulties in it.
It's difficulties in it. Just like us, we're building a business here. You know what I mean? Sometimes we get the streams we want. Sometimes we don't. But we still persevere. It ain't like we ain't over here crying, like kicking the air, punching the air. I don't want to do this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it just takes work.
Yeah.
It takes determination. It takes being dependable. It takes being reliable. It takes being strong. It takes constant. It takes it takes a lot of yourself. The problem is you're not willing to give that. Now you're willing to receive it, but you're not willing to give it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, when you look at the social media landscape about marriage, they always talk about what's the guy doing, what the guy giving. It's like this: the guy's giving this astronomical on stuff that's only 1% of the people in the world can give. You ain't paying no bills. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. He take care of everything. You know what I mean? He's working 2 or 3 jobs. He's doing everything else. What you're doing, everything you're doing is just basic needs and necessities. You know what I'm saying? They don't even. It's like weights and feathers. They don't even. That ain't even. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just, I encourage anyone who's looking to be in a relationship. It's like, are you okay if you don't receive anything? And if the answer is no, you may have to rethink that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this person doesn't get any better, are you okay if they don't never change? That's why you gotta get a person who says, "Hey, you're not changing for me. I'm changing for me. I want to be a better person for me," which pours into being a better person for you. If that makes sense.
And I think you brought up a good point too of like how most people ain't willing to give them.
They ain't willing to give
themselves.
themselves.
Like they.
If you ain't ready to be a parent, you ain't ready to be nobody's husband or be somebody's wife. Don't do it. You were not really ready to give that. Like being a parent, like especially being a single parent, you ain't gonna be able to go on a whole bunch of dates.
Right. Your life.
You ain't gonna be able to go on a whole bunch of boats and trips and all the other stuff.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand why people subscribe to that lifestyle. It don't make sense.
And then they get on here and crying like Joy, the Bow Wow them baby mama. Oh, it's hard. You subscribe to that. You didn't have to have them niggas baby.
Did not.
You did not have to. Now, I'm not telling you, well, you got to board out. I'm not telling you that. But I am telling you that, hey, just know if you don't, it's going to look like this.
Yeah. I feel like we got too many we have too many examples of what it looks like for people to be like, "Oh, well, they didn't know what they was getting into." We just had we passed that point.
But the problem is we don't do real with consequences.
Yeah.
Like we love Jesus, but it is a consequence. It's a heaven. It is a hell.
Yeah. He's just a forgiving God. We think that means.
Yeah, it's a hell. And depending on how you feel, who should go there and who should not go there. We all depends on who should go there and who should not go there. We live in a world that we determine who gets the grace and who doesn't. And especially in our community, it's like the women get the grace and the men don't.
Oh man.
Whatever you do,
but
that's who you are, and you're never going to be anything different.
But it's like a stain that stick with you for life, boy.
Like the Scarlet Letter. But they reversed it to it be men, especially in particular the black men. Whatever we do, that's who we are. Going back to Cam Newton. Whatever he does, that's him and that lady over there chilling, mind their business.
Shit, she smiling.
That's all that should matter.
She happy.
All this should matter.
But that's always we over insert ourselves in other people's business.
Just like Sierra coming to the table with Jim Jones. You don't even know this man, but he respected her. He didn't. Now I think that was Cam. She had went to the table with Cameron.
Yeah, it would have been a different. Yeah,
he would have been on that damn show talking about her and her husband.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And it's like, it's okay. It's like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you stepping out of turn. Cause you two invested in what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? You too much in the business for me.
Yeah. And it's one of those things too. You remember? This is how I feel like I'm gonna make this analogy too. You remember the show Insecure when Molly found out that her dad had cheated on her mom, and she was more mad than her mom was.
Yeah.
Her mom had forgave, moved on. I'm like, for the life of me, I never understand how you can be more mad at the person who lives it.
Yeah, because what they'll do is they'll be like, well, Mom, you told me to be strong, and if you had more, you would have left. Be like, damn. Just like K. Michelle talking about Kurt and Rashida. Mm-hmm. Like, leave them folks alone. He did wrong. They moved on. Why are you still harping on? She ain't happy. She ain't happy. You don't know what she is. You not happy. Because you ain't got nothing.
Let them tell I would never want something like that.
But all you got is yourself. And then when someone wants to say, all I need is to depend on myself, then you get in there crying because you got to do it all by yourself. Which one is it? Mm-hmm. Are you going to put your big girl pants on and do it and shut up and move on like most men do? Since you want to be equal.
Nah, they only want to be equal when it counts for them. It's not a...
They only want to be equal when it comes to the money. Like I heard somebody say, when she get a raise, she thinking of ways she don't need you. When you get a raise, you thinking about ways what you can do more for her.
Mm-hmm. Provide more. The money spread around, trickle around. Boy, this thing called life, bro. This thing called life is very.
It's very, you know.
Cause I'd be like, what's. But then it's also we're very non-forgiving of men. Yeah. Like we'll read the Bible today, we'll go to church, say forgive, but when it actually comes to it, the act. And
guess what? And I see the trend I've seen now is all of these quote unquote single moms who raise their kids by themselves. I mean, predominantly, their kids now saying, "Go get your dad's side of the story." And when the kid get cool with the dad, mm-hmm. the moms are mad.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Of course. Of course.
Like, that's so crazy to me. Why are you... So you're mad. Whatever you had to do was done already. You've done it already. You had to, I had to do this and do this. You're done already. Now you're at the finish line. Mm-hmm. Now it's time for your kids to make their own decisions. Now, I seen things like a girl say, well, I invited my dad to the wedding. He didn't walk me down the aisle, but I invited him to the wedding. My mom said she wasn't coming. I'm like, you making it about you.
Yep.
But you mad at him because he made it about him at first, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which one is it?
Mm-hmm. We see this all the time. Like, and I guess it's they've convinced themselves on whatever level of this story of the truth. So now that getting the others, forbid it be a other side to the story.
It's always three sides of the story.
Like,
and guess what else?
Big.
And the one person who's hearing the story, like one thing about me, and you know this, you only got to give me the whole story. If you give me a little bit, I can fill the other part in. Like I know people give me fluff. Mm-hmm. Like you give me some shit, and I don't forget nothing. So I be on the phone with people. They be like, I ain't gonna tell you that. I ain't gonna tell you that. I'm just gonna tell you this. I ain't gonna tell you that. And I'm like this. I know why you won't tell me. You know why you won't tell me that? Because you know that shit sounds stupid, and I'm the only person gonna tell you that it sounds stupid. Mm-hmm. Okay, I get it from my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, mom.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Got another video for us.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of women do not lack communication skills. They are just inconsiderate of you. Yes. They don't care what you have to say, therefore communicating with them becomes very difficult. She can sit down and have a full-fledged conversation with her best friend and take advice and criticism and take that shit on the chin and never yell, scream, cuss, and or argue with that person. Don't go back and forth. They just take it for what it is. And they've learned how to communicate their feelings and express their emotions, and they don't have to do a whole uproar in order to do so with their bestie. When they go to work, they deal with a manager that they may not like every day, but everything is cool, calm, collected. She don't yell, scream, cuss. She don't go back and forth. She don't do anything aggressive towards that person because she doesn't want to lose her job, but she don't like how they lead. She don't like what they got going on. When she goes out into the world, she knows how to communicate with everybody around her except for you. Mm-hmm. And it's not that she doesn't know how to communicate. She just lacks consideration.
Yeah. That's very true. And I hate to say this, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say this. Women are very inconsiderate. Women are inconsiderate of everything you got going on.
Yeah.
Your time, your space, especially if they don't fit into it.
Mm-hmm.
How they show up. Now, if you know if this brother got some structure, and he go to bed at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, lights out. And you but you want him to compromise because you kind of unbalanced. You ever notice? Because you have structure, but they want you to compromise the unbalanced.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you too serious when it comes to their flaws, but you're not serious enough when it comes to the other things. If that makes sense to y'all.
Mm-hmm. I think your suffering and sacrifice, your suffering, a man's suffering and sacrifice equals love to them.
Yeah.
That's how they compute that. Like, it's just like, oh, like,
it's like God loved the church.
because
and it's like, and when you say I'm not sacrificing that, you're being sassy. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was all about building men's health and all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm. You don't care. You're every name in the butt. And yeah. Man, this is a interesting thing.
Because they're very inconsiderate of you.
Yeah.
When you find a woman who's considerate of you, who listens, who follows direction and instruction, mm-hmm. They call you, say, "Hey, I got this, and I'm thinking about this," and they consider what you're saying, and they use what you're saying, and they do action behind it. Their relationship that you have with them is on any level, friendship, whatever. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Like, you hate when you're talking to somebody and they're all over the place, and that's what's going on now. And I see that a lot for my age group, 45 and up. A lot of these women are all over the place. They're inconsiderate. They have no consistency in their life. Mm-hmm. They gym life, they eating habits, they love life. Mm-hmm. This is all over the place.
Oh yeah.
And every time every time you talk to them, it's all about having fun.
That's the only thing that matters in life.
One thing I don't like when I hear about a woman. Okay, when you come get cut, and everybody be like, "Man, this Ted put me on some gang," whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? You don't really hear stories about me. Oh man, he was making me drinks, and we were getting drunk, and we were kicking it. It's very rarely. Mm-hmm. It's always about.
There's a time and a place for that.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's it. It ain't all the time and nothing.
Every time you around your friends, I notice the females somebody all around time around their friends is always they drunk. And if that person can't pull you through, you're gonna be in a bad relationship because you don't have no counsel. A lot of people claim they need therapy. No, you need people around you who gonna tell you, nigga, you tripping. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Therapy does help, but a lot of times you need somebody around you gonna tell you, nigga, you tripping.
Yep.
You tripping, bro.
Yep.
Like you getting ready to get married. I don't want to be around you and I'm giving you bad advice.
Yep.
Like people, like I say it all the time, 90% of my clients are engaged. Cause I'm gonna tell you, what you think, bro? You ain't married no more, man. You know, you said you always talking about all the stuff you went through with divorce. Well, how you feel? I tell you, get married.
Mm-hmm. Still.
Just
watch out for this. Just don't make this mistake. Like it's the guidance through it. Like,
don't do this. I'm telling you, it's bulletproof. It's all universal. And I seen you stuff. People saying the same thing. I seen you preachers saying the same thing. I'm telling you, don't do this.
Yep.
Because I was doing shit based on my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't thinking about how this shit gonna leave my household. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That was the farthest thing from my mind. Not knowing that actually mattered.
Yep. Which brings me to another quote, another video since you have mentioned preacher. Let me make sure the volume is set. I want y'all to be able to hear all of this.
If you got to do 50-50, that means you're half of a man. children and go through pain and go through minstrels, bleeding. You can't handle that. And a man's job was to work from sun up to sundown.
Crazy.
Church studs of the Lord.
It's crazy. Like when women have to work, okay. When women have to work like men, they complain. When women have to be women, they complain. Men don't have no problem working. I don't understand. Like, once again, I used to be a librarian assistant for like 5 or 6 years. So I don't deal in feelings. I deal in facts, data, and statistics. Go to CDC.com, go to blackpeopledemographic.com, go to, like, our phones tell you everything you need to know. There's no demographic of women who outwork men. There's no demographic of women who make more money than men. They keep saying black women are the most educated. Hypothetically, that's really Asian women. They're more educated than everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, rhetoric they use this stuff to control our women. Not just our color women, just women in general. It's society is controlling women like sheep. You know what I mean? They want them to be single. And when they're single, they're uncovered. And they're saying, hey, I'm going to be uncovered. I'm going to be single until I can meet a guy who can meet this unrealistic goal. And the guys who can meet that unrealistic goal, now, here's the caveat. He has to like you. And they want him to only like them and only see them. But if all of the women like these guys,
He got options.
he got more options. But the problem is they're mad at those guys for having options. I'm not mad at him because he can do that. Because he can pay everything. I'm not mad at him. I salute him. Boy, do your thing, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Work your ass off. Get fried chicken at 2 o'clock in the morning. And most of them die at 56. My uncle did. I see it all the time. Most of them be tired. Most of them they wore out.
Yep.
They ain't wore out because they kicked it their whole lives. They worked out. They wore out because they worked for ungrateful people who didn't contribute anything to the household, even down to the kids. He have sons who won't cut the grass. He worked 60 hours a week, 7 hours a week, and they had to come home on Sunday and cut the grass. But he kind of like cutting the grass because then the only time anybody talking to him. And the mama ended up braiding the son hair.
Yep. They didn't get that piece on that line. Eh?
Yeah.
It's so interesting to me that they, the ways in which they weaponize the Bible.
Yeah.
But skip over the other parts in the Bible that say anything about a woman shall not, like, none of that exists.
I wish I had more men's in here. What? what are you gonna say? Like, what you gonna say? What you gonna say? Cause I deal in averages. Like, what you gonna say?
It's the craziest thing. The logic makes no sense.
Doesn't.
We will have this 50-50 argument. We've been having it since I was in college.
And there's no such thing as 50-50.
And for the life of me, I never understand why you would want to get with somebody and you would not want to help both of y'all out. Both of y'all contribute to build a better future for y'all. Even if y'all don't get married, let's just say y'all together for a little bit of time, or let's say 2 to 3 years. Y'all don't have no intentions of getting married. Y'all dating. I, for the life of me, don't understand why you would give yourself exclusively to this person, but you wouldn't invest to make y'all lives better on
London,
both sides.
But here's the crazy thing, right? Here's the crazy thing about it. They don't really give themselves to this guy exclusively. You know that, right?
I mean,
because no, though, because women think because you're not having sex with other guys, that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times, mama got more say so than him, sister got more say so than him, Her kids got more say something than him. Her ex-boyfriend, who quote unquote her homeboy, got more say than him. All her regular ass drunk ass homegirls got more say than him. Mm-hmm. But all of them don't show up the way you show up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you get the broken pieces of her. And that last little bit you get of her, she feel like she's doing you a favor.
Boy. You lucky to get that.
Yeah. Unless you the man that she chooses. You the man she chooses. She gonna answer some kid phone calls. She'll drop them damn children on her grandma's house and be gone for a whole week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She gonna find a sitter.
Yeah. You ain't gotta pay for no sitter. Oh, cause real man gonna go having a sitter. No. If she like you, she gonna work an extra shift to have a sitter. Yeah. Not saying that she should. Not you know what I'm saying?
That's just the effort she'll go. That's the length she'll go.
Go lengths. That's why it's so important to find someone who will go that with you. You giving 100, she's giving 100. You guys are striving every day to give 100% in this shit.
Yep.
That's the lengths.
Yep.
The problem with us is, but we're not taught that, and we don't know no better.
You think so? You think we don't know no better?
No, we don't know no better. We don't even know what it looks like for someone to like us. Man, imagine you come home, man, your girl got your favorite sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Cause you like sneakers like me. Mm-hmm. Your girl got your favorite sneakers sitting on the bed. Your size and everything. Mm-hmm. But your heart gonna feel so different. You gonna feel so. But you gonna eat that thing from the bite. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You gonna be thinking of love songs and everything, and that's just simple.
Yep.
That ain't every week. That ain't every month.
Yep.
Unexpectedly come home.
Every now and then.
But you come home. I'm saying, the Jordan Fire 5's coming out soon. You know what I'm saying? They sitting there
waiting for you.
That Jordan 12 jersey. I'm just saying stuff I like. You know? But what I'm saying is, boy, look how that shit gonna do something to your spirit.
Yeah.
You gonna be like, damn, this motherfucker perfect.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of us ain't had that.
Most of us never had that. And for a person like myself, who've experienced that a time or two, see, it's the difference when they say, "Oh, white man love me," you ain't got one. Rich man love me, you ain't never had one. Now, the stuff I talk about, I've had that, and I ain't been the richest man. I ain't been the most attractive man. I ain't had it going on the most. It's just people who fool with me. Mm-hmm. And even when we start talking, they still fool with me. Mm-hmm. Because I always was a source of refuge. I always show up.
Mm-hmm. Good character, genuine person. Like
that's what it's all about. Character.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we lost the plot at this point.
Yeah, I saw April Mason on How to Initiate, and she was talking about the character and stuff. And she was like, when men don't have nothing else. And I'm like, what? It's a lot of guys with good character. They just ain't got the money to back it up. Mm-hmm. Cause you got the money behind it. Character looks totally different. You look character.
Your character.
But you look overly attractive when you got the money behind it.
But first off, most people who got money, their character is not fully taxed.
Because you gotta do a lot for that shit.
Boy.
Hey, you gotta have sex with 3 guys in front of your boyfriend.
All kind of shit, boy.
Hey, drop your baby off.
Boy.
Then be like, wait a minute. The other person got 20. No, never mind. The other person got 20 million. Oh shit, I've been suffering too. Mm-hmm. I want 20 million too.
It's my money and I need it now.
Nigga want their residuals.
Mm-hmm.
Who's getting all my love? Residuals.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
man, just say it. Just say it.
Hey man, we just here to. God, I hope it's some young brothers that's watching. I hope
Please,
y'all
man.
get in the game. I hope y'all guiding through, because mentorship, boy, it's so important.
That we need it.
But because, like you said, we don't know no better.
You
We
don't
ain't
know.
experienced it. We ain't got
Hey.
nobody there to tell us.
That's why I be telling y'all my stories. Like, and that's often like, before we go, like when we do this show, Kyle be like, Tez, man, you need to tell your stories, OG. I'm like, I can't make this about me. But we home, what I'm saying? I tell certain stories. Cause like this. And my mom poured into me when I was a kid, like, nah, man, somebody want to fool with you. You gonna have to just come on with the come on.
Mm-hmm.
So did that make you sassy? No, that made me smart enough to know what I deserve. That's why when I was in something that wasn't suitable for me, that's where I had to get up out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it took me too long to get up out of it. Because every time, every relationship I was in that was a bad relationship was somebody who wasn't suitable for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was somebody I had to chase.
Mm-hmm.
I found myself giving more because I was like, well, last relationship I had gave less. So now I'm trying to give more.
Mm-hmm. Trying to make up for that deficit.
Because now I got more, quote unquote.
Yep. Different circumstance, different. Yep. And we talked about that last week. Go check last week's episode out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
Please do.
Join the movement, join the conversation. Also, Instagram, TikTok, got the clips. So if you want the bite-sized version of you know what I'm saying, the long lecture, you know what I'm saying, check them out too. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all share them.
And also the clips. They're clips.
Yeah, it goes to a full longer
They're
thing.
clips. They're like they have a starting and they have an end. Like that's just the middle. They're just the meat. Sheesh.
Maybe in them comments going, all right, y'all I like, and that's the thing. I just kind of like, I can't. I'm just past the point of like going back and forth, arguing, like, cause y'all gonna say what y'all want to say regardless.
Like we just read them and be like this. All right.
We got to give a caveat to everything. We got to like
You got to.
this. Hell, if we gave all the caveats before that, it wouldn't. We would never get to say what we got to say.
Jesus love me, this I know. Like,
Hey man, hey. Until the next time, I'm Comedian Lonnie.
and on the flash, and we out.
Peace.